738, KG6USS, Bozo 831.
K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Yeah, good evening, Aaron.
Hey, good evening, Mike. Is the amplifier warming up?
No, I got it on now. It should be fine. I just have the voltage on it.
Okay. Well, I'm checked in with you, 1079 and Bozo 1100. I need to go do some yard work, so I'll be listening. K6USY.
All right, very good. 7-3. We'll see you when you get dark.
KM6SRR.
And good evening there, Rob. Let's see here. We get 1079, 1100, 47, and 432. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Been just doing a lot of things working around here. The YL is back, so she's downstairs on the computer there. Number 1200, KN6 UKM.
All right, welcome back, Candy.
KK6 ZKE 704.
Well, I heard you that time. You timed it perfectly there between other people talking, Terry. Good evening. Hopefully you had a good weekend. But I did something different. I weeded.
You waited?
I weeded. W-E-E-D-E-D.
My favorite thing.
Yes, I bet it is. Well, I'm trying to get the crabgrass. I got Bermuda grass that's grown over the barrier and down into an area where I'd like to put plants, and I have some plants down there, but it's a mess with the crabgrass in there. I call it crabgrass, but it's really Bermuda grass, the kind of stuff that they put on golf greens. Very, very strong, very persistent, very water resistant, or drought resistant, if you will. it's tough, but it also makes a home in the soil, and it really puts down some serious roots after a while. And so that's what I'm working on right now. I got a couple of areas I'd like to get cleaned up. I haven't attended to them for several years, and the stuff has gotten a real hold. But I want to get it out of there. I'll get it down to a dull roar, and then I'll probably hit it with weed killer when it starts to sprout back up. I'll have new little shoots to sprout whatever's left. Whatever I've missed, I'll spray, but I don't want to spray the whole hillside, so I've taken buckets of weeds out of there. Anyway, it's exciting stuff, I'll tell you what.
Well, I use some Roundup, and I think they've changed the formula quite a bit.
Well, they have, but it still works. I used it on my places in the sidewalk in the front where the cracks. I have segmented walkways, and there's like a 2x4 on edge in between each segment, and of course the 2x4 is now 24 years old, and it's a little soggy, and the Bermuda grass likes to creep right down there, so it loves it, and it also must be turning into fertilizer. So I have these 6-inch wide green strips across my sidewalk. So I sprayed them, and it did turn them brown. And I had a hell of a time cleaning it up and getting all that mess of stuff out of there. Now I'm waiting for it to come back a little bit, and I'll spray it again one more time. And that should keep it pretty much under control until winter. Anyway, enough of that weed stuff. The Roundup still works, although they have removed that glyciferol or whatever the hell it was originally bad news.
You'll have to give it another shot.
Yeah, it works. It turned everything brown right away. All righty. Well, let's see here. I wonder who else we have in here. Hopefully hear Ken tonight. Haven't heard Ken in here for... Well, I guess he was in Thursday for a few minutes.
Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
982, and there he is. Good evening, Darrell.
Good evening, sir. And it sounds like you've been out there on your knees again.
Yeah, well, it's a funny thing, but the gal that has been doing weed eating for me noticed that I have cut up. I found a pad. I don't know where it was. I guess it was Orchard at Harbor Freight or someplace. It was a big, thick, 1-inch thick, spongy black pad, a kneeling pad, if you will. But the thing was about 2 feet long and 1 feet wide. So I cut it in half. Now I have 2 1-foot square pads, and they're really good. And I was kneeling on those, and she said, I'm going to bring you something because I don't use it. She brought me the same thing, only it's got handles, and it's about 18 inches wide. It's got handle on each side, so you can pick it up easily and move it around. It's quite handy. I've been using it extensively in the long duration periods, and it works very well. So that's what I'm doing with the knees over.
Roger, yeah, I'm very familiar with those. I sold those in my hardware store back in the day. So, but yeah, good deal. Yeah, it goes a long way towards saving the knees, that's for sure.
Well, I wasn't saving the knees. I was saving the weeds and stuff and the rocks and stones that I was kneeling on. I didn't want to hurt them.
Right.
Nothing worse than a bunch of crushed rocks and weeds all ground together.
Well, TYO, he's over at Pismo. We talked on 40 meters the first day he was over there, and we haven't been able to make it work since.
Who's over there?
Ronnie, KJ6TYO.
Okay, J6TYO, okay. Well, he's running vertical over there in the FM only, I think.
No, I don't know. He took a couple of hand sticks and he put them out horizontal off the top of the ladder or something. I'm not sure exactly what he did, but he's got it set up for 10 meters too.
Yeah, okay. Well, he was only going to stay a few days. He may be back already.
No, he's not back yet. We thought we'd try again right around dark, see if it works. First day we had real good pathway, no problem at all.
Yeah, well, from your spot, you've got some elevation. You might have a pretty good shot that way. Anyway, good to hear you. Hopefully you had a good weekend. It was a relaxing weekend here. I only worked about 4 hours a day. The rest of the time I relaxed and putzed around and did a little or nothing or slept. So nice to just do nothing for sometimes when you feel like it.
Well, I would think, Mike, that at your stage in life you kind of earned that.
Looking out towards the San Joaquin Valley. We're looking for anybody who want to check in on the Sunday night Southern California.
You got more giddy up than I got, that's for sure.
Yeah, we do, Daryl. Thank you. Hang on a second. KG6 USS, we hear you fine, John. And this is Mike, K6MYC, Bozo 47, checking in, over.
Number 85, looking north, KI6CHH.
Did you copy me, John?
Yeah, I copied it, Mike, and I also copied 85 there. How are you doing, both of you?
So now you've got so much flutter I couldn't copy that. And there's a W6GH something you might want to pick up there. I don't know if he called in to me or to you, over.
Well, I got a Bozo 85. I didn't catch his call sign. He went too fast there, Mike.
Call him in. So let's see if we can hear him.
Yeah, number 85, KG6 USS 831. Your call sign again, real slow.
Yeah, very good. 831, Kilo India 6, Charlie Hotel. You get north, I could barely hear Mike tonight. My name is Tom Becky. Lake Los Angeles, over.
Oh, okay, Tom. Yeah, I'm over here in Phelan. So, yeah, we're close neighbors there. Mike, are you copying the 85 over here?
Yes, I am. George, give me your, or John, give me your, George, I think it is, give me your Bozo number. The GHH or whatever the call was. You said the call so fast I didn't get it written down. This is Mike. I'm up in Central California, north of Fresno. My Bozo number is 47. I gave that already to John. But give me your Bozo number and we'll check you into Northern California net. They're 85, I think, right?
Hey, Tom, 47's trying to come back to you there. He wants your call sign.
All right, Bozo number 47. This is Bozo 85, Kilo India 6, Charlie Hotel. Kilo India 6, Charlie Hotel. KI6CHH, number 85. I've got you way down the noise floor.
Oh, my goodness. You should have me a lot stronger than that. I'm running 1,500 watts at you. Maybe. Yeah, 1,500 watts going your way, and you're very loud here. You're louder than John. So you're loud. You must have terrible noise there. KI6CHH, K6MYC, Mike, Bozo 47, over. Boy, he's got no ears.
Yeah, Mike, Tom, he came back to you and confirmed that he got you on the list there. He can hear you just fine, but obviously you're not hearing him.
Yeah, you're right about that. Thanks for the opportunity to test out things a little bit. That number 47, was that Mike?
Yes, this is Mike, but you've got serious receive problems. You either don't have a receiver or you have serious noise. Tell him that, John, so he knows why he can't hear me. He should be hearing my 1,500 watts and a 19-element Yagi at 100 feet just fine, over.
I haven't been out here in a long time and appreciate the opportunity. You're sounding fine here.
Obviously, he's not hearing.
QRZ.
Too bad. He's got a wonderful signal up here, John. Find out what he's running.
41. Mike, over there in Cordsville, anybody else want to check in with me here in the desert to Southern California?
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, John, KG6 USS, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, and Bozo 432. Yeah, I'm hearing Tom really loud too, just like Mike there. I don't know if he's hearing me, over.
Yeah, he says he can't hear any of you guys, but yeah, he has a big signal. Of course, I'm, right up the road from him, about 20, 30 miles, something like that. He's just north of me here a bit.
Yeah, I did hear that last guy.
What are you running?
Try him, 85 is hearing you.
What are you running? Ask him what he's running for power and antennas.
Okay, so this is 100 watts out of a Kenwood 2000, TS 2000, and I've got the M28 element.
M squared doesn't make an 8 element, they make a 9 element, over.
Yeah, M29, it's been a long time. I got it, Pat Coker told me to get that long ago.
Yeah, well, it's booming signal up here. I'm running 15 dB more, 1,400 more watts out than you are, so you should be hearing me. So you must have terrible noise. Do you have a lot of line noise, over?
You know, I don't hear a lot of noise. I can hear you talking now. I definitely got to do something with my receive. I rotated my Yankee around a little bit trying to work you, but not real loud here, Mike.
Okay, well, you're loud here, too, so you're doing well. Where are you located? Go ahead.
Lake Los Angeles, just a little bit, let's say, west and south of N6RFC, his previous residence. A couple blocks over from him.
Yeah, I know where he used to live. Very good. Well, you're booming in here from Lake Los Angeles, so you've got to make sure that you are hearing and pay attention, because your signal's getting out very, very well. Let's see if there's anybody else up here. We don't have the big guns on here yet. Just Rob. Rob, see if you can make it with him now. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I'm hearing Tom fine there. KI6 CHH. This is Kilo Mike 6 Sierra Romeo Romeo Delta Mike 07. Over.
Yeah, you were down there on the noise floor as well. I just had a motorcyclist call ass up the street. Try your call sign again for me.
It's Kilo Mike 6 Sierra Romeo Romeo.
Okay, Kilo Mike 6 Sierra Romeo Romeo. I got you there this time. I guess if I turn my volume up a little bit, it might help out. Back to you.
Yeah, that might help too, but you are coming in and out a little bit, so you're probably having that same with us also.
Yeah, I guess I got to take a look at my SWR on this antenna, because like Mike said, I'm pretty loud up there, and I'm hardly seeing anything on my receive here. So it's a newer radio, this TS 2000 for me, so I've, in the old time past, I only put 35 watts, and I thought it would hear better than this with TS 2000. If there's any comments there on the TS 2000 as far as receive, that's what I'm dealing with.
John, would you check and make sure he has the preamp on the TS 2000 turned on, over?
Tom, Mike is asking if you have your preamp on the TS 2000 turned on.
Yeah, I do not, and if I had my glasses, I would turn it on. I'm sorry.
Well, you need it because you're not hearing well, John, there, over.
Okay, real good. Thanks for the opportunity, fellas. Let me not hold it up. Number 85, KI6CHH. Back to net control.
Roger, 7-3, and thanks for checking into the Northern California net. Normally we'd have 4 or 5 others to work you. So be advised, check in more often, and you'll have a lot more takers up this way. You can work with your signal. You can work all the way to Sacramento, I can guarantee you, over. Might pass that on to him, John.
Yeah, Tom, Mike is saying with your signal and everything, your system, you should be able to work all the way up to Sacramento there. Copy? My name here is John. Like I say, I'm over here in Phelan, so, we're real close to each other, and we shouldn't be any problem on 5.2. I usually monitor 5.2 all day long.
All right, real good, John. I got to get going. Thanks for the opportunity.
All right, bud. Yeah, we got you on both the Central Valley, Northern California net, and down here in Southern California. KI6 Charlie Hotel, KG6USS, Bozo 831. Anybody else want to try the Southern California from out there in Central Valley? Let's go.
Howdy, buddy, John. Unfortunately, the big guns aren't in here tonight. WA6AJ, are you here, Mike? AA6 Sugar is not here either, so. And WA6OIB, are you here, Ken? We're missing 3 or 4 big guns, over.
Yeah, copy that, Mike. All right, well, thanks for helping out on that and the relay and everything. And if you said my signal wasn't as good as it normally is?
I missed the question of something about your signal.
Yeah, you were saying my signal's not as good as it normally is?
No, it's quite loud. It's just that you've got a little bit... Your audio isn't as clean as it could be. There's a lot of echo and stuff in your shack, and it makes it difficult to copy sometimes, even when you're loud, particularly when there's flutter, over.
Oh, that's interesting, because I'm sitting right on top of the microphone.
Yeah, it's not that. It's background noise, and maybe you're in the mic too hard.
Yeah, well, the only background noise I got is a little fan running over here on top of the side of me here, but normally I'd have my heater on if it's cold out, and that's a lot of background. All right, Mike, anyway, have a good one. We'll catch you later on this week on Wednesday. Yeah, good evening. K6MYC, KG6USS, 831, back to net control.
Okay, 7-3, John.
7-3, John, KM6SRR.
Yeah, 7-3, Rob. Have a good evening. Have a good week.
Okay, anybody else up here in the Northern California area? KB6RQU or N6SWR. Oh, we had another one the other night, Rob, that was up in that weird place, that weird name up in the hills. I wonder if he's here. I can't remember the call sign, but I think he was quite weak in here, but he might be in here better tonight. We talked about it. Was he on 432? I think that was on 432 when he was in here, wasn't it?
WB6,
Yeah, I'm looking back over my log to see if I can tell.
I hear you, Dane. Hang on.
Good evening, Mike.
Who's that?
WA6TE down here, Carlsbad.
Oh, big signal, Ted. Good evening to you. WA6TED, Bozo 12, or 10, I guess. I can't remember. K6MYC, Bozo 47. Great signal, Ted. Thank you.
Yeah, Bozo number 10 there, Mike. I'm running the same setup you are under the antennas. I'm running some of your antennas. I'm running PQL amp, as you know, Leo Limit one that he has. I think you're running the same thing in the 9700.
Yep, I'm running the 9700, driving the PQL amp at 1500 out, and the 2M19 SSB, 2M19 XXX at 105 feet, over.
Jim makes nice stuff, and you make nice antennas, so the combination works well. KYC Bozo number 47. This is WA6TED Bozo number 10.
Sure, Rob, give him a call.
Yeah, how you doing, Ted? WA6TED. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo.
Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, I think it is. Yeah, good evening. This is WA6TED.
Yeah, Ted, we used to talk to you some time back there, number 10, Bozo 10. This is Bozo 432. Good to hear you there.
Okay, 432. Yeah, it's sounding good down here.
Yeah, I'm running the same thing that Mike's got, PQL amp, except for instead of driving with a 9700, I'm driving it with a Icon 9100.
Yeah, okay, I used to run a 9100. Mike, EXO has my old 9100. He talks off of that now. It's a good radio. And I got this 9700. I run a PQL amp. I had a kilowatt one that went to RMJ in Bullhead City, and then I had a new one built. I have the legal limit one now.
Yeah, that's the same one that both Mike and I have too from Jim over there, PQL. I think it's a 2M2000 they call it, legal limit. We got a double-decker.
Yeah, that's what I've got here. It's a good radio. I mean, good amplifier. The first one, I got rid of it because I didn't think I got an AM radio, and then I missed it so bad I had to have another one.
Yeah, we get spoiled sometimes. Well, I'll let you go there. Good to hear you in there. Thanks for being there.
Go back and let the boys have the net back and tell them that you got a good signal up this way. Some of the other guys need bigger antennas and more power, and we could work a dozen of you guys. 7-3, Ted. Have a good week. WA6TED, K6MYC, Central California, north of Fresno. Okay, QRZ. Anybody here? Dane, let me pick you up. WA6JNP. Go ahead, Dane.
Okay, WB6JNP. Course code DMO 7107. Anyway, everything's fine here, nothing new. So we'll go back to just listening. K6MYC, WB6JNP.
Yeah, did you hear anything from the Southern California guys tonight? Because they were booming in here, over.
Yeah, no, I'm aimed south right now.
Well, they're south. One guy was in Del Mar. He's just in DM13, just about 2 feet from DM12. That's WA6TED running 1,500 watts to a 19 element M squared, over.
I'll tell you, yeah, I was listening and I could catch little breaks in and out, but nothing solid.
Yeah, well, there you go. That shows you how good they're coming in. He's almost all the way to San Diego, so shows you what you can do. Put big antennas on each end. He was just armchair copy here the whole time. A little bit of flutter now and then, but otherwise it was just smooth and strong. Same with the other guy in the high desert. He was 100 watts and a 2M9 SSB, and he was damn good also, but he had QSB on him. Anyway, shows you what you can do when the conditions are good. And, of course, you don't have an antenna that can be as directional. I think you're running whole loops here.
No, I'm actually running one of your 9 elements.
Oh, okay. Well, you just don't have it high enough, and, of course, you're in a bowl. All right. Very good. Thank you for checking in here, Dane, and maybe we'll hear Dan before the night is over. WB6JNP, K6MYC, taking check-ins all over the San Joaquin Valley, all the way down to Lake Isabella. Where are you? He isn't in there. Okay, I don't hear any other check-ins here. I guess we'll go to Atascadero. We should have Ron in here tonight.
W6PE.
Oh, very good. Good evening, Mike. W6 Papa Echo 620. We haven't heard you for 3 or 4 days. We were thought maybe you got sick or got busy or something. Anyway, good to hear you off the back of the beam here, over.
All right. Yeah, no, I've been having some early days at work, and then I've got some projects around the house in the evening when it cools off, and then I'm just completely dead and heading to bed. So I just didn't have the energy to do any radio, but it was definitely on my mind. And by the way, I heard that the FCC is trying to give away our spectrum from 430 to 440 megahertz. So I don't know if you heard a bit about that, but I think there's only one more day to comment on that. I've got to look it up and see what's going on. But that would not be good if we lost that much of our 70 meter band.
Yeah, is it that's a weak signal section, 432. Is it 430 to 440 is what they want?
Yes, yeah.
Well, that takes out the satellite band, too. That's just not good. They can't do that. They got to think about the fact that they're taking on all the people that work satellite on 436. So that's a very bad choice. I think they're going to have to rethink that seriously. But can you give me, what is it, fcc.com, and what do you put in there as a backslash to get to the place to put the comments in? Over.
That I don't know. I just heard about it about an hour ago on a Zoom meeting for Aries, so I haven't had a chance to look it up yet. But since I had you on the radio, I wanted to at least get that out there. Maybe there's some people that know a little bit more than I do right now. But I'm definitely going to be some Googling to find out where I need to go to comment on it.
It's hard to believe that they would make Sunday night the last day we could make comment. That would make no sense at all. So it's got to be allow us to get through the rest of next week maybe. But I'm surprised we haven't heard anything from the ARRL about that. I get ARRL notices all the time from ARRL, and they haven't said a damn thing to me.
Yeah, I get notices as well, and haven't heard anything. So I don't know what the deal is, if they're trying to sneak something in or what it is. But no, that would be disaster if we lost all that.
Now, where did you hear this? From a legitimate source?
Yes, that was at our all hands Aries meeting for the sections in California.
Okay. Well, I'll try to get on the web tonight with Judy and see if we can find a way to get some word into him. I'll send him a copy of the Bozo list for 432, and we get 28 to 30 check-ins every Thursday night. So we got lots of activity out here, and they can't argue the fact that we're not using the band. We are using the band. Over.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, it's absolutely stupid to do that. But I know that sometimes comes down to dollars.
They could probably sneak out a little section there somewhere between 425 and 430 if they needed a little bit of band. But 10 megahertz is ridiculous, not right in the middle of that band. See, we go from 420 to 450, so they're taking out a middle of the band. That doesn't make any sense. They normally, like on 222, they take the bottom 2 megahertz, but to take out the middle is stupid. So I think somebody's got their wires crossed somewhere there.
Well, I hope so. Anyway, Mike, the wife just called. My dinner's ready, so I'm gonna go grab a bite and say my 73 right now, and hopefully we'll catch you back here tomorrow.
Okay, look forward to it. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for the info. Hopefully we can catch it before it gets out of hand there, Mike. Thank you. W6PE K6MYC. Let me see. I'm toward you, Ron. W6QUI, W6QUI, K6MYC. Are you copying me down there tonight, Ted? Ron?
Yeah, I hear you, Mike. Everybody's a little weak tonight, but you're Q5. Good evening. W6QUI, Bozo 1055. Over.
Yeah, I moved the antenna a little bit, and it came right up, so I might have didn't go quite far enough with the antenna. Anyway, you're sounding good. And I don't know if you heard the comment from the other fellow. You may not have heard him, but the FCC supposedly is thinking about taking 430 to 440 away from us, and that wouldn't make any sense to me at all. That's got the satellite band in it. It's got the weak signal band in it. It's got EME band in it, and cable and slow scan TV is in there. Just doesn't make any sense to me. So we're going to look into that hopefully. But anyway, that's what we were talking about there. Normally they take the edge of the band, but they don't take the middle. W6QUI and others K6MYC.
Yeah, they'll give us something that's useless. Pretty much useless. Yeah, well, fast scan TV's in there. Yeah, that's the part I would definitely miss. To go to another band, I guess. Oh, that's a bummer. We share that with the government, as you know, and there's a lot of other crap in there that we have to put up with, but I guess that's better than losing the whole thing. Also, Eric's on frequency here, so go ahead, Eric.
Good evening, Mike. This is KN6EIB, Bozo number 1044, and I also have, will you check in Phil? He was on 5-2 a second ago. Wanted me to relay that to you. If you check him in, his Bozo number is 1052. Over.
Okay. Very good, Eric. KN6EIV. We've got you at 1044 and 1052 for KB6WRW. Sorry that he can't check in directly, but he has real trouble hearing us sometimes over there. But thank you very much for that check-in, Eric. Rob, you want to say hello to the guys down there? Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, sure. I'm hearing Eric really loud, even louder than Ron there. How you doing, Eric? KN6EIV, KN6SR.
Hey, Rob. It must be the 25 watts the Kenwood 9130's putting out here. I guess that might be it. Ron and I are very close. We're probably only about 700 feet away from each other.
Wow, boy, you're really booming in there. How you doing, Ron? W6QI, KM6SRR.
Yeah, my antenna's probably not favoring you. Maybe that's it. Doing fine, Rob. Good evening to you.
Yeah, you're a little louder on that transmission there. Good to hear you guys. Thanks for being there. Thanks, Mike.
My antenna's probably not in the right place for you.
Well, I can't see that it would make any difference. He's only about six miles lateral, 6 miles due west of me at the most. Over.
Well, when I move the beam, he gets louder, though. That's weird.
Well, you might have had him on the edge of the pattern, that's all. No worries. Anyway, thanks, Eric, and Ron, thanks for checking in here. I wish I had more. We're a little light tonight on the locals here. The big guns are not on here tonight yet. They may come in, but I think everybody's worn out. It's been a pretty hectic week with very high temperatures and a lot of work up in the foothills for some of the boys and so on, so they're a little bit behind the times here this evening. Anyway, good evening to you. W6QUI, and we missed you, of course, last Wednesday, but that was the third Wednesday of the month, so that's probably why we didn't hear from you. You think you'll be on for 1296 on Tuesday, Ron? Over.
Yeah, something came up last Tuesday, and I wasn't aware of it until later. But yeah, I plan to be on 1200 this Tuesday. Over.
Okay, very good. I think we did have somebody look for you over that way, and nobody heard you, so we figured you were missing for some reason. Probably a good reason, as always. All right, guys, 7-3. Eric, booming signal. When you say you're 700 feet from where Ron lives, but you must be on a hill with a mobile?
Oh, roger that. Yeah, I'm back up on the hill, and the wind is galing. Man, I went out and put up the antenna, and oh man, by the time I got back into my truck, hands were frozen. It's the fog's moved in here, and it's probably 50 degrees and blowing about 35 miles an hour here.
Well, my heart's bleeding for you. It's 90 over here. We were pushing toward 100 again today. Over.
Oh yeah, you know, Mid-State Fair, usually we got really hot weather, and this is really strange. The Atascadero, it said, is not going to have any, the weather's going to be below 80 for the rest of the week. I just can't believe that.
Yeah, we're going to be the same way. We're going to be in the 80s starting tomorrow, I hope, in the 80s. So it's going to be a good, hard work week, that's for sure. All right, thanks, Eric, 7-3. And thanks very much for driving to the hilltop there and freezing your hands. I can't even imagine that at this time of the year. KM6EIV, KN6EIV, and W6QUI 73, K6MYC.
7-3, Mike.
7-3, Mike.
Hey, I'm still here.
Who is was that?
You guys.
Was that third station?
That was B673 probably.
Oh, there's somebody underneath you trying to get in. Stand by, guys. Maybe you can hear him. There's the other station that's trying to call in, please. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, beaming toward Atascadero. Maybe not right, but that's where I'm beaming over. It could be the LA guys.
I hear nothing here.
Yeah, okay. It must be coming in from some other direction. Okay, 7-3, we'll head toward Santa Cruz. Bye-bye.
Bye. You want to go down, up 10, or you want to go home?
No, I don't need it, but I've been down that for
Let's see, KW6S, and I'm hearing other chatter out of the Bay Area. Local chatter there, but I can't copy it good enough. KW6 Sugar or F6 United, K6MYC, go ahead. AF6 United, KW6S, K6MYC, over.
K6MYC, KW6S.
Oh, there you are. You might have been a ways from the mic. I thought I might be pointed in the wrong direction, but you're good and loud. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, Mike. Yeah, I kind of thought I'd missed the net, so we had dinner out on the deck and a couple of glasses of wine or so, and was kind of enjoying the evening, and came in and realized I'd probably missed the net, and that was okay.
Yeah, well, you didn't miss the net. We just got there. I probably went a little slower than usual. We had quite a few LA guys checking in. 2 guys from LA that don't normally check in, and of course they wanted to rag you on the net a little bit, catch up for old times. So that slowed us up a little bit, and then we're a little bit light here. And we also had a news broadcast from one of our local guys that said something about the FCC, or in the last stages of trying to take 430 to 440 megahertz away from us as hams. So apparently it's coming down to the wire on answering them, but I never heard a thing about it. The ARRL hasn't announced anything to me about it. I usually get their news broadcasts. You'd think they'd be screaming high heaven about that one. That's stupid to take the middle of a band. They could take something at 420 to 430 maybe, but not 430 to 440. There's too much stuff going on there. That's weak signal EME, weak signal everything. Satellite band at 436 and ATV at 438 to 440. So they'd be disturbing a lot of services.
Yeah, it certainly would be, and yeah, I had not heard anything about that at all, anywhere. So I'm a little surprised, and we'll have to go in and start doing some research on that. K6MYC, KW6S.
I'd appreciate whatever you can find on it, and if it's just the last day for comments, we ought to get a comment in quickly. Maybe you can call me on the phone. Let me know, and I'll try to get something in from here. I'll send them a copy of the Bozo log and stuff, so they see we're checking in 30 to 30 people. 30 people or so every week on 432, and it's a very active band here, over.
KM6SRR.
One of those things where they're just going to, as they say, auction off the band.
Oh, God, why would they pick the middle? Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Aaron looked it up. It's a private company that wants the spectrum, not the FCC. And they petitioned the FCC for it, but doesn't mean that we're going to lose it, because we're secondary to the military, and they're going to have to do something to the U.S. military, too, if they want to take that part. So it probably isn't going to happen.
Oh, it's a company. What's the company?
Aaron didn't say. He just said it was a company, private company.
Yeah, well, see, and we had that problem with UPS. UPS is the one that got the 220 thing, and then they didn't end up using it.
And we didn't get it back.
No, we did not. Well, they got more cause to take that band. We aren't using it well as it is, but we should, but we aren't. And that's partly, there's a lot of reasons for that, of course. One of which is it isn't a worldwide frequency for ham radio. And that's the biggest problem because nobody makes equipment for that except transverters and a few of the older pieces. Anyway, hopefully that will go away. Hopefully they will not get permission to do it. They could pick another spot in the band. I hope they don't need 10 megahertz. If they needed 3 or 4 megahertz, it could be squeezed out from 425 to 430 there, I think, without any hurting anybody.
Yeah, well, even on 222, anytime I'm in the shack, I monitor 223.5 simplex, and I only hear people on contests, so we really should probably populate the band a little bit more. Besides our Monday night 222 net, K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is just getting equipment. Most guys don't want to dedicate money, $600 or $800 for a transverter or whatever, and all the equipment, the antennas and stuff for checking into a net once a week and 3 contests a year. So that's the problem, and we don't have any other use for it. Moon bounce, of course, but not many people in the rest of the world can do it on that frequency. You can work Canadians and a few other countries that have 222, but that's about it. Anyway, long story short, 220 is certainly vulnerable. However, we would hate to lose it. It's a good band. It's a good propagation band, that's for sure. Let's see if Lee is in there. AF6 United. Well, Rob, are you copying, first of all, were you copying Lee tonight? Tom tonight, Rob?
Yeah, Tom sounding good there. How you doing, Tom? KW6S, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Yeah, you're doing quite respectable here on 2 meters here tonight.
Yep, you're doing fine too there. I'm copying him, Mike. Thank you.
Okay, I haven't heard Lee in here, but Lee's very polite. AF6 United, Countdown Bozo 1098. Are you here, Lee? K6MYC. Must be having dinner with the kids. Maybe his son. I think he said his son was coming down with his truck from Oregon or someplace, and maybe that's what they're doing social stuff. Okay. Well, Tom, good to hear you. We'll see you tomorrow night on the 222 band, by golly. So we'll put it to use anyway, and maybe we'll start to get more than 14 check-ins. We've been 14, 15 for the last 3 or 4 weeks. We just can't seem to get everybody to get their gear going again. KW6S in the group, K6MYC for your final.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I did get another 222 transverter built up and a 1296 transverter built up for my IC705 to go portable, and at like 5 watts. But then I have all the stuff to also get to the 150 watt range on all those bands too. So I'll do my best to keep pushing to get 222 populated, and catch you tomorrow night on the band in question, K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, and you probably didn't copy what Lee, did you copy what Rob said? That's a company that wants the segment, and they petitioned the FCC, but FCC probably will not give them the frequency. So, but we'll probably hear more about it as time goes on. It's not the last gasp type thing. Over.
Yeah, I know somebody was trying to get chunks of, I think, 40 meters or 20 meters here recently as a secondary to do high-speed trading out of Europe, and I think that fell apart at some point too. anyway, we'll just have to hope for the best. But as you say, I don't think ARRL is going to jump in and help us any. K6MYC, KW6S.
Well, they're really not impressing me very much. ARRL never impressed me very much anyway, but they certainly aren't doing their job now. We should have heard about this one way or the other. I get newsletters from them. They always want to sell me books, but you know, there's no information.
Yeah, and they haven't tried to sell me a book I wanted in a long time either.
Well, if I could read, I'd probably buy something, but I got most of the books already.
I'm guessing you could have written most of the books they've been offering lately.
Oh, God. Thank you for the compliment, but I doubt it. All right. 7-3, Tom. We'll see you tomorrow night on 222 and 6. KW6S, K6MYC, up into the Bay Area. Bay Area, Bay Area. Bozo Net.
Vampiri 1129.
KD6S, okay.
KD6S, okay. Got you, Fred. Hang on 1 second. And 1129, go ahead, Brett.
Well, good evening, Mike and Judy, if she's in the shack with you there. A little bit warm today, but I had a lot of work to do.
Using 440. They got approval to use our band already. They've got satellites which are going to be using 430 as a downlink straight to smartphones from low Earth orbit satellites. And they've got a couple launches scheduled already, and the FCC's already given permission to use.
Where'd you go, Mike?
Well, Fred took the frequency. Fred didn't hear me turn it to you there, Brett. Maybe he mistook Brett for Fred. Oh, hang on a second, Brett. Fred, I didn't get much of that because you were on there with the same time that Brett was. Brett is N6 PDM over in Gustine area, and that's why you don't hear him there, Fred. Stand by, Brett, and I'll get you in just a second. Go ahead again, if you would, Fred, about your frequency thing.
Yeah, can you hear me okay now, Mike?
Yeah, I heard you, but not through a big, strong signal that's line of sight to me, over.
Okay, good. So anyway, the company's called AST Space Mobile. It's in Austin, Texas, I guess, and they already have satellites that they're going to launch that are going to use, the FCC's already given them permission to use our band on 430. They're going to launch 5 satellites, and what these satellites do is they do direct communications from the satellite to a smartphone on Earth using 430 megahertz. So, I mean, I can't believe we haven't heard about this until just now.
Well, I think they're figuring that it's pretty much going to be on a non-interference basis. We can't hear the satellite coming down on most of our stations unless we're pointed at it. And the cell phone would be only bothered by us if it's really close by. If we're transmitting on 432, the cell phone should be able to isolate us at 430 if they're on 430 or so. I know that there is a band that's a commercially used band for a lot of weak signal, low use stuff. Not low use, but low power level stuff at 430. That's been used for quite some time. But satellite downlink, it depends on what the levels are. But maybe if it's digital stuff, it may not be a problem, over.
Oh, it's going to be a big problem. They're going to launch 165 satellites, and they want that entire chunk of that band. They want 430 to 440, and they're petitioning the FCC to get it, and it looks like they're going to get it. I had no idea that this was going on. I just heard the tail end of your conversation with someone else about this, and then I decided to get on Google and look it up, and sure enough, this company is already launching satellites with that capability, and they, once that testing is finished, they want the rest of the band.
Well, I can't even imagine that the FCC would be stupid enough to give them the amateur TV band, because they don't have authorization for that band all over the world. You see, these satellites are probably going to be used all around the world, and 436 has been specifically set aside by, I think, the Council for Frequency Allocation, Universal, Worldwide, whatever they call that that group that sets up frequencies and stuff. So I can't believe that it's that imminent, but I'll get on the net, and maybe some other folks can do the same, and we'll see how imminent it is and see what we can do to stop it.
I'm very disappointed that we haven't heard anything from the ARRL, and all of a sudden I get on the internet on Google, and I Googled that problem, and sure enough, it's real. I mean, wow! That means we're going to lose 432.
Well, now hopefully we won't. Hopefully the smarter heads will come to their senses. Give them 420 to 430, and they'd be impacting a whole lot less people. Over.
Well, just imagine the interference. I mean, the noise level, coming in. It's going to be really hard to filter out when you have 165 satellites transmitting all around the Earth, in that range, and all this digital noise crap. It's just going to be a mess.
Well, it may not be as bad as you think, Fred, because they're going to be running fairly low power, I would imagine. Although are they going to be sending enough signal to get to your cell phone directly? Is that it?
Yes, they're going to be using direct to the cell phone, and these satellites are big. These are not small satellites. They're talking, these satellites are, let me see, how big are they? 1,500 kilos apiece. What is that? 3,000 pounds, 3,000 pounds. They're huge. You should see the picture of these things. These are serious satellites, so it's direct from the satellite to the cell phone. So they're going to be running significant power. It's not like a couple hundred milliwatts. And they're going to be using beams off these satellites pointed at Earth.
Oh, that's weird. I can't even imagine the FCC going along with that. That's just insane. Okay. Well, maybe we should Google, get on the line and see what ARRL has. Has anybody looked up ARRL for this stuff? All quiet, so maybe we should tap ARRL on the shoulder and say, hey, what the hell have you been doing here? We're buying subscriptions and buying memberships, and you're not doing your job there, buddy.
Yeah, just Google AST Space Mobile. AST Space Mobile is the company out of Texas, and they're already going to launch a bunch of satellites and test in our band. And just first I've heard about it tonight.
Is it Alpha Sugar Tango?
Yeah, Alpha Sugar Tango Space Mobile. So it's two words: AST Space Mobile. Just Google that and you'll see it.
Okay, very good. AST, Alpha Sugar Tango Space Mobile. Google that, guys, if you're not copying Fred, and you can take a look and see the companies in Austin, Texas, and they've got 1,500 or 150 satellites that they're going to try to put up, and they've already got some of them ready to go, apparently. So this is very close to happening, and it's a shame that we haven't heard more about it. Direct communication from the satellite to cell phone. That means serious power. Over. Anyway, okay. Thank you, Fred. Thank you for the heads up on that. Well, I'm sure other people will be looking into it. Let me shoot it over to you, Brett. Sorry to keep you holding there. N5NPD K6MYC.
K6MYC, N5NPD. Good afternoon to you, or evening, we should say. And I did a quick Google search. I couldn't find anything, so go ahead with what that website was again, please.
Yeah, AST, Alpha Sugar Tango Space. What was the last word, Fred?
It's called AST Space Mobile, and Space Mobile is one word. Space Mobile is one word.
Okay, the one word is Space Mobile. Alpha Sugar Tango Space Mobile. Space Mobile. All one word.
All right, roger that. I'll look into that. Yeah, I was doing a bunch of Googling around really quick on the phone there, and I couldn't see anything for it. So that should be where it's at then. I'll give it a gander there.
Alrighty. I'll let you go, Brett. Thanks for checking in here. 11:29, we've got you. Thank you for passing that on, Fred. Let's see if anybody else on frequency has any other information. WB6JNN. How about you, Jim? K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if you're copying or not, but yeah, they have one 50 kilohertz bandwidth at 432.3, 430.5, 434.1. So yeah, and it's designed for the low Earth orbit, just as a competitor to Skylink, I think. So that's what it is. Now, I don't know if this is real or not. June 30th, they still hadn't been given the go-ahead. They may have an experimental license, I don't know. But that was, all these articles are around the end of June.
Now, anything from the ARRL, or where did you find it?
I just looked for AST 400 megahertz, and I found a whole bunch of things listed there. Radio Reference Com, IARU, Red River Radio Amateurs, PC Magazine, AMSAT UK.
I wonder why the IARU would even be on board for this. That's a blatant incursion into our bands here.
Well, that's the point. The IARU implied that they weren't for the idea, but I don't know. Who knows? But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this one.
Who did they say was competing? Who they were competing with? And I'll tell you what, the cell phone boys are going to have trouble when I run a kilowatt over.
Well, you won't be allowed to, more than likely. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what experiments, if any, they've run in that band over the U.S. They may not have done it over the U.S., or they may have put it on a frequency they knew was not going to create a problem, too. That's the other way that people get around the fact that they're going to be interfering.
Yeah, you went into a deep fade, and I missed the last half of that, Jim. I can't even remember now what I asked you. I just can't. I didn't get who it is. What service are they competing with? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who are they trying to compete with?
Skylink direct to cell phone services, Musk company.
It seems like I don't know, but maybe I didn't know that cell phones would receive very much at 430.
Oh, they're frequency agile.
Yeah, but what's going to get them there?
They're going to use SpaceX to launch those. In fact, they got approval to launch 5 satellites already.
Too fast, Fred. I didn't get something about satellites already.
They've got already permission to launch 5 of these monster satellites, and they're high power, so you will hear them, and they can make direct contact to a cell phone. So they're using high power transmitters on those big satellites, and there's 5 of them, and SpaceX is going to launch it for them.
Is it digital or is it voice?
Oh, it'll be digital. The racket will be tremendous.
What kind of information is going to be sent on your cell phone digitally?
Whatever you're using now, text, pictures, phone calls, the whole thing.
AXX.
Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, so thank you, Fred, for raising this, because I wasn't really aware of it. But so there's an IARU position on the utilization of the 430 to 440 amateur band by AST Space Mobile Satellite. So just real quick, the satellites were launched September 12th, 2024. That's 5 of them under an FCC Space Bureau authorization pursuant to Article 4.4 of the ITU radio regulations. This provision permits administrations to authorize stations using frequencies that are not in accordance with the ITU-R table of frequency allocations or other relevant regulations, provided such use does not cause harmful interference to other administrations authorizing services that are in accordance with the table of frequency allocations. And yeah, so it says that they're explicitly for they're not intended to carry the service user traffic. The use of the UHF frequencies is proposed for exceptional circumstances where the normal Q and V band TT and C channels are not usable. That's 40 and 60 gigahertz band. And TT and C is telemetry, tracking, and command operations. So their intent, it appears, I'm not saying it's good, their intent, it appears, is to for telemetry, tracking, and command operations when 40 and 60 gigahertz bands are not usable. Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay, well, thanks for that, Ed. That's very good information. And you got that from the IARU?
Yeah, it was issued by the IARU just 2 days ago on July 18th, which, yeah, it seems kind of late. Now, from something else from AMSAT UK says that in February they submitted a request to the FCC Space Bureau for the use of the amateur band worldwide. And let's see, the FCC wants to know what you think of this proposal. You can submit an express comment to the FCC by July 21st. That's like tomorrow. And then a URL. And if you go to that URL, it's the FCC. You can submit an express comment. So I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, I went to the ARL webpage and I don't see anything. That's very, very, very strange. Very, very strange. Go ahead, Mikey.
Comment?
Go ahead to comment.
Yeah, you know, once they get their foot in the door, they're going to use that whole band, and I'm telling you why. They got 165 satellites they're going to launch. 106, that's not like a secondary. Nobody's going to launch 165 of these monster satellites for backup communications. That looks like they're going to put everything into full operation, because that's a significant expense. That's very expensive to launch all these.
Kilo 6 Victor Bravo Golf 971.
Use it if the
By Dave.
gigahertz of the 60 gigahertz band isn't usable, so we'll default to 430. Well, I don't think so. I think they're going to get their foot in the door and they're going to just wipe us out. I mean, that is, and the FCC doesn't care because it's all, they just want money. They just want to sell more spectrum. Again, I didn't think they'd sell 430, but that's terrible. And the ARRL is nowhere to be in sight. I mean, this is news to me, and they want comments by tomorrow. It's unbelievable. 86, that's okay.
By the way.
Go ahead, by the way.
3 satellites.
Go ahead again, by the way.
Yeah, I said it's 243 satellites.
Okay, who's commenting, please?
I'm sorry, WB6J then.
Oh, 243 satellites, I see. Okay, that's... I've been trying to get a hold of Jimmy down in Austin, Texas, Jimmy W6JKV, but he isn't answering his phone, and he's just answering machine. So I don't know whether Jimmy's ill or what, but I thought he might know something. I've been trying to reach him about the floods, but this is another one that he may have a feel for. He's usually involved in these startups, and he knows what's going on in a lot of the startup businesses, even though he wasn't a funder. So I thought I might try to get a hold of Jimmy as well. But boy, what a complete collapse of information from the ARRL. It sounds like they've been bought off, doesn't it?
Mike?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and if you go to the webpage, they already have the satellites built. You should see them. They're in production already. They're on the clean room floor. They're ready to go into the payload capsules, and they're ready to ship them to SpaceX for launch. I mean, they've got these things ready to roll out.
Yeah, if we go where, you garbled on me, but the path is not good sometimes, Fred, and I didn't get. If you go where?
Well, if you go to their webpage, you can see their satellites they've already got them manufactured. They're ready to launch these satellites. It's not like it's a theory or anything. They're going into full production already.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, just to add a constructive input to this. So the only place I saw the link to the FCC comment thingy is if you go to amsat-uk.org, the homepage, amsat-uk.org, and scroll down almost to the bottom, you'll see use of 430 to 440 megahertz by AST Space Mobile Constellation. And then in that little article there, about halfway, two-thirds of the way down, it has the link where you can submit an express comment to the FCC by tomorrow. Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay. Well, they're going to be real unhappy when I point the 432 array at the moon and start doing moon bounce, and one of those satellites gets away. Aren't they going to be happy?
I think it'll burn it up.
It won't burn me up. Holy cow. Okay. Well, you see, if they're going to shut me down, they haven't given us any warning. It would be nice if the FCC would have contacted the amateurs and said, you know, we aren't going to allow any transmissions in the 430 to 440 band anymore because you could interfere with this new service we're allowing. Fat chance, huh?
Yeah, the article at amsat-uk.org, it also talks about the FCC responded with questions to AST, and then AST replied to questions regarding their filings. So, yeah, so it's not saying that that we wouldn't have access to the band. It's just that it would be shared on these frequencies. Anyway, I'm done here. Thanks for the info. Thanks for making us aware of it. Gosh. And hopefully you can file a quick comment tomorrow with the FCC in time. So back to Mikey, and I'll QRT in a little bit. K6MYCW6AXX.
Well, don't QRT too quick. At least stick around in case there's other questions or something else that you could add to Ed. But thanks for the inputs, AMSAT UK and all that. That sounds like a lot of people have been aware of it, but for some reason, all us guys on 432 didn't hear a thing about it. With ARRL sending me emails every other day or so. Nothing. Boy, oh boy. We've been overlooked, I think. Okay, well, there we are. So I think everybody's copied most of this in the Bay Area. I'm sure everybody can hear Ed. So let me just see, Jim, fine on your comments there, WB6JNN, we got you 285 checked in. And let's see if there's anybody else that has comments or anybody else in the Bay Area, please. Over.
Yeah, WB6.
W6PQL.
Comment.
Did you get me, Mike?
For Ed, back to you. Oh, by the way, 1090.
I heard 4 or 5 people talking there. I got you, Gary, 1090. And so let me put you on hold. Did I hear you, Jim, W6PQL? Were you in there?
Yes, I was. Something that comes to mind is I wonder how this is going to affect the military. They've got Dave Pause on 432, which is why for a lot of the country we're limited to 50 watts. Over.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the FCC hasn't done another one of their famous CB band things where they didn't consider all the factors giving a CB band to 27 megs, where you have worldwide communications about 6 out of 10 years of the cycle. Boy, oh boy, really poorly thought out here from what I can gather. Maybe it'll all make sense, and maybe their transmissions will not interfere. But I suspect, like Fred says, they'll take over when they get a chance. Well, they may not. They may find it to be quite useless if a lot of us get on 432 with some more power. Over.
Oh, I suppose it sounded to me. I could be reading it wrong, but it was just a backup system in case the regular system failed. The gigahertz region is the right place for stuff like that. Nothing new here, just checking in. K6MYCW6PQL, I'll be standing by.
There's a good article in PC Magazine.
Give us the name of the magazine again, Jim. You're a little light with the 10 watt.
Really? I said PC Magazine also has something on the internet.
And they have an article about ham radio users clash with Starlink rival AST Space Mobile over spectrum use. It has some more details on everything, so that would be a good one to look at. PC magazine, you know, like PC computer magazine.
Yeah, I know the magazine. PC magazine has an article on it. What month was it in, Jim?
July 18th.
Oh, in the July PC magazine, July 18, they had an article about it a couple of days ago, it looks like. Okay, well, fun stuff on the bands here. It's going to be interesting.
Well, that's the date of the online version. I don't know about the magazine itself.
Yeah, you're on the online version of PC magazine. I got it. Okay. Very good. Hopefully everybody copied that. Jim, good evening to you, W6PQL, and we had some nice contacts tonight with Ed, WA6TED down there in San Diego, or near San Diego, running your PQL amp. He was loud and clear up here on 2 meters over.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. I wasn't listening at the beginning. Most of that stuff goes on aimed at the valley, San Joaquin Valley, that is, so I don't hear it. But good deal. I guess they got a few more guys on, huh?
Well, TED's been around for a long time, but he's just recently put your amp on again. He had another one earlier, and now he got another one from you. I don't know what Ted's last name is, WA6TED. I'm sure you recognize the call sign if you look in your records. He's not in San Diego, but he's in Delta Mike 13, but right on the border of DM12, so he's way down there, Del Mar or something. Anyway, he had a booming signal up this way. He has an 18XXX up for antenna, so he was like a local in here. And actually he was being heard on egg beaters and other antennas. So we got quite a good signal. And 2 or 3 others. One guy from the valley floor there at Lake Los Angeles was 100 watts and a 2M9, and he was booming in here as well. So conditions were good tonight. Anyway, that's what's going on, Jim. W6PQL. Now let's see. I heard you, Dave, K6BBG, but you checked in right in the middle of a hornet's nest here. Are you still there, Dave? I did get 971 written down, I think, Rob.
Yeah, I heard him. I was going to make a comment, but I guess he's gone. Yeah, Ted lives in Carlsbad, and his last name is Renso, R-E-N-S-E-O.
R-E-N, Sierra Echo Lima?
Yes, QSL.
Okay, I never knew Ted's last name. I've only known him for 50 years. I don't think I've ever heard or seen his last name. Very good. He's always been a big gun and a nice guy. Very, very laid back, but good operator. All right. Let's see. Is there anybody else in the Bay Area that wants to check into this fiasco? K6MYC.
Yes, Mike, WNI 1090 with a comment and a question. And if that's Rob down in Fresno, Rob is coming in very strongly tonight as well. Back to you.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'll let Rob say hello. And Phil, I got you, GGY884. If you can't stick around, I'll understand, Phil. We'll be with you in a minute. I'm still pointed toward the Bay Area, Phil. Rob, did you copy Gary there, WB6WNI?
No, I didn't. I think I'm pointed to the Bay Area. Have him give a transmission again.
Give him a quick call, Gary.
Oh, very good. Yes, I heard Rob. Rob, I don't remember your call. Sorry. Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November India 1090, QSL.
I guess he's not hearing you, Gary. You're very strong here, but probably not good for Rob tonight. Rob's got some blockage, and he is running high power. He's running 1,500 watts like I am, so you may be hearing him when he doesn't hear you right away. There'll be other times, though. I'm sure you worked him. I'll pass the word on, Gary, that he's got a good signal for you. Over.
Oh, very good, Mike. Yes, and Rob, 1,500 watts explains it. My comment is what everybody's saying tonight, how did I hear about it? Skywarn Weather Net, which I check into on Sunday nights. It came up on a weather net, and like you said, the ARRL cannot talk about it, but it can talk about it on a weather net. Yes, there is something strange going on. Well, Mike, I'm going to take the dog out for a walk, and 73 to everybody on the net. This has been quite the net. WB6WNI, back to you, Mike, 1090.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm glad you're copying a lot of the comments there, Gary. You're right. When the WeatherNet can talk about the AST Space Mobile program and all that, and it doesn't show up on the ARRL anywhere, that's really, really strange. I'm having less and less respect for the ARRL as time goes on. I won't even go into some of the old stories where I was very frustrated with the ARRL when I was having antenna problems in local neighborhoods and stuff. They were less than helpful. Hell, lip service at the best. So much for that. All right. Thank you, Gary. Now, who am I missing? Anybody else? K6MYC.
K6KLY.
All right,
Okay, let's see. K6BBG, we called you in earlier, Dave. Hang on a second. And I hear you, Russ. Let's see, I'm trying to all the people that called in here written down so I don't forget anybody. 884 and then 111. Go ahead, Russ.
Okay, howdy, just checking in. Haven't been on here in a while. I've been doing a lot of other things here during the summer, but I did get the satellite antenna together and up in operation now. I just got to figure out how to get the computer control the rotor control box, and I'll be in. Anyway, back to you, Mike, K6KLY.
Okay, very good. Well, if you have any problem with the control aspect of it, don't hesitate to call Robert or Wyatt. Either one of them can probably help you with that. It does take a cable, a 9 connector, RS-232, no, RS, what the hell was that 9-pin connector? DB9, I think. A DB9 connector goes back and forth between you and the computer.
Roger, Roger. I've been reading up on the stuff, K6KLY.
Yeah, well, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, call the boys at, there's a lot of people using the rotator controllers. It's old-fashioned 2DB9 connector, but there are conversions to get it up to the later USB port configuration, I think, anyway. So I'm sure you'll figure it out, but Robert can help you. Thanks for checking in, and we have been missing you. We were hoping that you would check in here sooner or later and let us know you were still not in a hospital somewhere. Over.
Yeah, no, doing fine. Just involved in a lot of social stuff here in the summertime. A lot more outdoor dances to go to. Over.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, sounds good. And let me pick up one of the local boys here that's tried to check in a couple of times here. 7-3 for now, Russ, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow night on 222 and the other bands. K6BBG, go ahead, Dave. K6MYC.
Hi, Roger, Mike. I didn't hear you earlier. I must have been at a null or something. I've got really major static on this on 2 meter right now and on 10 meter. So I don't know what's going on, but hey, I just wanted to check in. Hope you had a good weekend. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, we had a good weekend, a nice relaxing weekend. No ups and downs. Pretty normal. Hopefully you had the same. Go back inside where it's cooler. Thanks for checking in, Dave. K6BBG, Crush Gold, K6MYC. Now, anybody else in the Bay Area before we slide on? Bay Area, KT2G, KB6, Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie.
19 Zulu, Papa Yankee. Hello, 19 Zulu, Papa Yankee.
Okay, K9ZPY, we hear you. Not real loud, but we got you, and give me your Bozo number. I think you have one, over. K9ZPY, give me your Bozo number if you have one, over.
Yeah, 1161, number 1161, number 1161.
Okay, I got 1161. Very good. Thanks for checking in. We haven't heard you for some time. Refresh my memory as to where you're located and what your name is. Over. My name is Mike.
Yeah, very good, Mike. I go by Tom, private old man Tom, Mill Valley. Over.
I got Tom, but I didn't catch what your QTH is. What town are you in?
QTH, Mill Valley.
Oh, you're in Mill Valley, okay.
Mill Valley, over.
Yeah, Mill Valley, I got you now. Okay. I could probably bump the antenna a little bit more and get a little more signal from you. Anyway, K9ZPY, thanks much for checking in, and good to hear you. Hopefully we hear you more often there. The band's pretty good shape tonight. I don't have any noise, so that's helpful. K9ZPY, K6MYC, good evening. Okay, anybody else before we go up to Oakley? Well, I think I'm pointed toward Oakley. N6RO, K6MYC. N6 Radio Oscar, N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC. Are you having dinner? Okay, well, I'm in this direction. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima. Are you there, John?
Yes, I am, Mike. KD6 WVL 1179.
Okay, got your 1179. It must be pointed right because you're very loud. Good evening to you. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing good. Doing good, yeah. The band seems to be doing well tonight. Everybody's pretty loud.
Were you hearing the discussion of the AST Space Mobile satellites that are going up and be using the 430 to 440 band?
Oh, yes, I did. That doesn't sound too good.
That didn't sound good at all. You might do some research, and if you have the opportunity, send the FCC a note. Tell them we don't think much of the idea. Have they really considered how many services are in the 430 to 440 band? We got weak signal EME. We got weak signal like we're doing here. A lot of FM communications all over the place. And then we got satellite TV, worldwide satellite TV on 436, and they're going to be interfering with that. I don't understand that one. And then amateur TV from 438 to 440. And so it doesn't make sense that they would impact three bands and take the middle. They could just as well take 420 to 440 or 430. That would be bad enough, but it would be impacting less services that are active.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody might be getting some palms greased in this thing.
Well, the ARRL has been absolutely silent on it. Everybody that's commented in here hasn't seen one single thing in any way, shape, or form, and it comes up on all kinds of different formats. People are finding it all over the place when you start looking, and not a peep from the ARRL. What the hell are they doing?
Yeah, you got to wonder. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing that they don't back everything up.
Well, more than disappointing, that's their primary job.
No, Roger on that. Yeah, it seems, I don't know. It's like other things out there, different, organizations that they're just out there to take your money.
Well, the ARRL used to be pretty straightforward. They sometimes wouldn't do everything that you wanted, but they would at least keep you informed, particularly when there was something coming up that would impact our amateur bands. This has been ungodly silence, so that's the weird part of it. Anyway, we'll see what happens, John. And see, the FCC hasn't mentioned to me that I should stop using the band. And for EME, most of EME runners, guys that run EME on 432 run power, and they're also pointed up toward the sky, and there's certainly a satellite or two that's going to pass in front of them with 200 plus satellites up there transmitting. They must be also listening. I assume it's a two-way system. I don't know what they're listening to, but anyway, they are, not to mention the cell phones here that we could be crushing within a reasonable radius of our transmitters. Just crush. I used to crush telephones in my earlier days when the early mobile phones were on 49.8. I got into every neighborhood phone there was, and they kept blaming me, and I said, not me. Talk to the FCC. They put you there.
Oh yeah, I remember those days when the cordless phones and that 6 meters would really tear that up.
Yeah, I mean, I had one neighbor that had a signal that was 2 kilohertz outside the 50 meg band, 49.998.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. There's something kind of fishy going on there, but you know how it goes. Money talks.
Yeah, I'm afraid that may be the case, and that's very disappointing. I would hate to bother Trump with something like this, but he might be willing to at least listen to it. He's yet to fiddle with the FCC. The FCC is run by a know-nothing that was put in place by a Biden during the Biden administration. He hasn't fussed with the FCC for all I know. But I now know he's got a lot of complaints with the FCC, and the FCC should be doing their job a lot more than they are on some of these networks that are putting out pure garbage and pure lies on stuff. And they're losing lawsuits right and left. So you'd think the FCC would be threatening them to take their license away if they don't straighten up, but they aren't doing any of that either. So the FCC is in name only at this point. I don't think they're doing much of anything. And I don't know whether they've got a budget, but they either need a good one and a good person running it, or they need to get shut down altogether and forget it because they're not doing nothing, at least in our industries. Maybe for TV and radio they are, but boy, I don't know. All right, 73K6MYC. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Mike, and say hi to Judy. KD6WVL 73.
73, and Phil, are you still in here? I should be pointed pretty close to you, Phil. WB6GGY, K6MYC.
775.
775, I have you, Mike.
Roger.
Something wrong, Phil. I can't hear you. You're running S0 and Q nothing. I got nothing of your transmission. Checked in and pointed toward the Bay Area. You were reasonable signal strength, but now I'm pointed at you and I cannot hear you. Something wrong, Phil. WB6GGY, K6MYC. Okay, let me finish up with you, Mike. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, if you're still there. Thanks for checking in, Mike. Go ahead.
K6MYC, KB6WFC. Good evening to you and the group. It's 56 degrees and overcast, foggy, as usual. Nothing more to report. Back to you, KB6WFC.
Yeah, and you're very loud tonight. In fact, I hear yourself coming back in on your stream there, coming very loud. So good signal. Thank you for checking in here. Mike, I missed you. I think I missed you on 432 or something the other night. I'm not sure. It seems like I missed you on one band or another, but I guess you were eating or something. Anyway, 7-3, thanks for checking in from your cold environment there to a hot environment of 90, 95 to 100 here. 7-3.
73, yeah, I was up in Grass Valley, it was 98. Okay, have a good evening. KB6 WFC clear.
Good night, Mike. Okay, now let me go a little further to the east and see if I can get KJ6KFB. KO6KD.
756.
756. Good evening. KJ6KFB. Go ahead, Darren.
K6NYC, KJ6KFB 756 for the check-in. Haven't heard Bill on, but he might be hanging out there giving us all the silent treatment. You never can tell. Or his noise floor is high again. Hopefully it's not. Any rate, everything going well here. Enjoying the cool-off.
Oh, yeah, well, it hasn't started here yet, but it should be here tomorrow. We're supposed to be in the high 80s all week long, so that'll be nice, although I haven't been bothered too much by the mid-90s. It hasn't been blazing here. Mid-90s for us is normal summer. We have to take our woolies off every now and then, however.
All right. Well, 80 degrees here in the shack, 39% humidity, and very comfortable out here. So I'm going to kick it over, and I know John KR6MR is waiting and needs to run, so I'll get out of the way.
Okay, very good. Thanks for the humidity report. It's been running between 24 and 36 here. I think it was back up again today, but I could be wrong. I didn't get a reading on it today, but it's been running 36 for several weeks, which is way higher than normal. That's double what we normally get here. So very odd summer for us from a humidity standpoint. Thank you, Darren. Catch you on tomorrow on, well, I won't catch you on 222, but maybe we'll hear you on 6 meters there. KJ6KFB, K6MYC. Over to you, Bill, if you're there.
Yeah, K6NYC in the group, KO6KD, number 776, where the temperature was, I think, 95 today here. Mike, overhead, go ahead.
Well, you get a lot warmer as you go east from Oakley. I bet you he wasn't over 85 or so. And Darren said it was pretty cool for him today. I don't think he got to be 95. So you get warmer where you are there in Roseville for some reason. Anyway, good evening to you. I won't keep it. We missed you on 40 this morning. I was a little late, but Phil and I had good communications, and we thought we could hear you if you had been there, but we didn't hear anybody but each other. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, you're dropping way down for me for some reason. I'm not sure if it's my receiver or what, but okay. Anyway, sorry I missed you guys today. 7-3, we'll look for you tomorrow. KO6KD.
Okay, very good. Well, I turned the antenna and you came up audio-wise, but it didn't change anything here. The AGC on the 9700 is so good, I couldn't tell the difference between S3 and S20, S9 plus 20. 7-3, well, hopefully we'll see you in the morning tomorrow, and 220 for sure in the evening. Let's see, up to you, John, KR6MR, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group, KR6MR, Bozo 759. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, good copy, John. Very strong. No problem copying. Sorry to keep you waiting so long there. I know you have to run. How was your weekend, quickly, and then you can run away. K6MYC, over.
Yeah, yard work, fixing, rebuilding the doors on my hoop houses. They were, plastic was rotten and falling apart, so I got some of the better quality stuff that's used in greenhouses, and it lasts for a number of years. So I can do one door a day, and I'm shot. So I got my second door done today, and it was 95.4 was the high today, and in the shack, it's down to 87 and 23% humidity. That's what I've got right here.
22%, that's pretty reasonable.
considering I've got a swamp cooler in here blowing air on me that's being saturated with water. So I don't know what the humidity would be if I didn't have it on.
Wow, that's amazing. Our humidity outside has been running 36%. The last couple of days it's been down in the 20s, but I think it was back up again today. So who knows, but we're running about twice the humidity all summer long that we normally have. We're usually below 20 on the outside. Anyway, let you go. Thanks much. We'll see you tomorrow on 6 meters, and hopefully you'll be cool and nice, because it's supposed to cool off this next week. KR6MR 759 K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike. On my weather link, it shows the outside humidity is 55.4%. To me, that's pretty humid.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Well, let me check for Redding and see if they're in there, see if I got propagation up there, and then we'll go on to the end of the net here up in Nevada. 73s for now. KR6MR, K6MYC clear, and looking for Redding, Charlie November 80. KD6 Sugar Whiskey and KO6HS. How about it, guys?
Okay, well, here we are. This is KD6SW, KD6 Southwest, number 145 here in Redding, over.
Yeah, very good. Solid copy, not booming, but very steady. Very easy copy. Good evening to you, Rich, and hopefully it's going to cool off. Has it started to cool up there for you already? Oh boy, you faded right into the noise on that one. Let me see if I can hear you, Jerry. KO6HS, KO6 Hot Sugar, K6MYC. How copy? Boy, I don't hear anything at the moment. I'm waiting for the band to come back here. KO6HS, Kilo Oscar 6 Hotel Sugar. KO6HS, K6MYC calling and standing by. Over. Well, I don't hear him, Rich. I do not hear him, and I may be losing you too, but take a final, and we'll look for you tomorrow. We'll look for you tomorrow on 6 meters. KD6SW, K6MYC, over.
Jerry did check in there. He's here. 73 KD6SW.
Okay, I got you at the end there, KD6SW. Let me try for Jerry again. KO6HS. I found a different heading here. This might be better. KO6HS. Are you there, Jerry? Over. Okay, over. We hear you. It's about readability 3, but we've got you all checked in, Jerry. I wish it was better. It was a whole lot better last week. We had good conditions last week, but maybe we just caught you at the wrong time this evening. Anyway, thanks very much for always being there. You guys are so reliable. I really appreciate it. That wonderful grid square to have you checking in from Charlie November 80. Thank you, Jerry. KO6HS in Redding, K6MYC. Go ahead, Jerry.
Just coming up a little bit of just a tiny peak, but doesn't sound like conditions are very good. Very poor conditions. You're just faded down into the noise. 73 KO6HS.
Well, it's building opening back up again. You were Q5 on that one with quite a bit of QSB, but a lot of QSB, but Q5. So it's not too bad. We just caught it at the wrong time, Jerry. 7-3, thank you very much, and we'll catch you tomorrow night, or maybe Wednesday night. I should say Wednesday night on 2 meters again here. Take care. KO6HS, K6MYC clear, and 73s to you as well, Rich. Over.
410.
And good evening. Good evening to you, Russ. KW6T 410. Good to hear you, K6MYC. Good evening. How are you, and how was your weekend?
Hey, Mike, good evening. Yeah, the weekend was fine. I just didn't really go anywhere, do too much, just kind of hung around the house, and I just finished up the backyard project, thank goodness. So I got more time to do radio work, so been in the shack working on AM gear again, but no, everything's pretty good. Having a good time, don't have any major plans to do anything in the near future, so we'll hopefully get a little time maybe to get up on the roof and work on the antenna.
Well, good. We would like to hear you on 432. There's been some rumbles that we may be sharing the band with some unlikable people. You might Google this if you have a chance. AST Space Mobile. They're supposedly launching hundreds of satellites that's going to be using the 430 to 440 band, and we're not too excited about that. Over.
Wow. Talk about taking a big chunk of the band. Wow, that's quite a bit. So, well, what would that do? What would would we reallocate a different portion? Let's say up, I think you said through 440. Could we go like above, a little bit above 440 for a weak signal? I don't know. I'll look it up and see, but that would be my first thought. But maybe not. I don't know what the grand plan is. So I'll check it out.
Well, the ARRL has put out, to my knowledge, and a lot of people were commenting on this earlier. This came on the net here early in the evening, and we've been discussing it as I came rounding the compass here. But you can find it all over the place. You can Google it, SpaceNet or Space Mobile, AST, Alpha Sugar Tango. They're a company located in Austin, Texas. They supposedly have over 100, close to over 200 satellites ready to launch with high power and directional antennas. They're going to be talking to mobile cell phones directly from the satellite and digital, and it's going to probably cause a lot of interference to us. There's been no word from the FCC to us, or we just saw today that it's the last day for comments. But we didn't even hear when this thing came up. It's been poking around since September of last year. They launched 5 satellites for a test. September of 24, they launched 5 satellites and playing around on the band. And I don't know what testing they've been doing, but we've heard nothing about it. And the ARRL is absolutely silent. And it's caused quite a stir over here with us guys on 432. They're going to have a little trouble with us, particularly people like me that do moon bounce on 432 and also call a net with a kilowatt and aim in all different directions here. I imagine there's going to be as few cell phone people that are going to be struggling with whatever it is that they're trying to receive from the satellite. We'll see. We'll see. But no word from the FCC about band plan changes or moving us or cutting our power back or anything. Nothing. Not a word. KW6T, K6MYC. Very disappointing.
Yeah, I'd say so. Pretty disappointing. Oh, well, anyway, we aren't going to solve that problem right here, right now, and I know you have to get to Nevada. So, Mike, have a great evening, and 73, you and everybody on the net, and we'll catch you hopefully on Wednesday. K6MYC, KW6T, Bozo 410 clear.
Yeah, and if the weather holds, it's going to be cool for you, so maybe Thursday you'll have 432 hooked up there. 7-3, Russ. K6MYC clear. Anybody else for 2-meter Bozo Net before I go to Nevada.
Yeah, your signal's much improved there, Mike. Much better. WB6GGY, Bozo 884. Talk to you in the morning. Look for you on 40. Over.
Yeah, I must have had you on a super null, man. I couldn't even catch a word from you. I recognized the voice when you came back, but that was it. It was terrible. Yeah, we should have some more information, too, in the morning. I think Judy's daughter is going to call the office there that you gave us first thing in the morning and see if she can get something set up in the next month or so. I know she really wants to get that taken care of and is anxious to get off of the pain pills that she's on. So a big help, Phil. I appreciate all the effort. KWB6GGY, and I still haven't heard from Greg, K6WA6HNA, K6MYC.
Hey, Mike. I think he's at the grandkid's birthday party this weekend there in the Bay Area. WB6GGY, 773.
Yeah, thank you, Phil. Who said, hey, Mike? Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, K6USY. Now that I'm back inside, I'm actually reading the FCC document, and apparently the request for 430 to 440, they have to go to the FCC because they're a U.S. company, but the request to use those frequencies is for outside of the U.S. They don't want to use it in North America, and they have 5 ground stations that apparently they want to target to, and this is going to be for telemetry only. Apparently they're not going to be talking to cell phones on the UHF band. But they have a ground station in like Perth, Australia, and Bulgaria, and like St. Helena and South Korea, and there's like one other country. But and apparently, according to their temporary authorization, they are not allowed to cause interference to any of the other users. So yeah, they got their foot in the door, but apparently it's for outside of the U.S. So whether or not it will affect us is a whole other thing. KA6USY.
Okay, boy, they're putting a lot of money into that. They're putting, I have 2 different numbers, 150 satellites ready to go up. At least 30 of them are on their way to SpaceX for launch right now. 223, I think, is what Jim, WB6JNN, said, that he saw that they had ready or were going to be launching. And to not use it for U.S. service is kind of strange, but maybe they can justify it. Anyway, I'm glad that what you found. What was your source for that information, Aaron? Over.
Well, there's a whole mess of frequencies that they're using, for various different services. The UHF part of it is just a small segment of it, but their use of the UHF band is not going to be in the U.S. And I'm literally reading a PDF document straight off of the FCC website. This is their actual order and authorization that gave them temporary access to those frequencies. But they're using a bunch of other frequencies too, 37 to 40 gigahertz, see what else is on here, 47 gigahertz, there's a bunch of other spectrum that they're using. The UHF spectrum usage is a very small part of it, and it's not over the U.S.
Yeah, and it may be for backup, like one of the guys said. It sounded like it was for a backup. If they have the gigahertz system goes down for some reason, they can back it up with that. Okay, well, that's good news, I guess, for us. It's still a little disturbing that we didn't hear anything about this, but maybe the ARRL considered it to be a non-issue. Thank you for that first-hand information right off the FCC docket. Thank you, Aaron.
Yep, no worries, Mike. K6USY.
We'll probably talk about it some more tomorrow. I'll reiterate that information, because I'm turned away from the Bay Area now, and I'm pretty sure they can't hear me. All right. Anybody else in the Sacramento Valley or any other place other than Nevada? K6MYC, over. Okay, we're going to Nevada. Here we are in Nevada, and we should hear KD6BQ and others, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249.
you're weaker than you were when you were talking before. But anyway, hope you're talking K86NYC, K86BQ over.
Yeah, very, very light for you. Very, very weak. It's the weakest I've heard you on 2 meters for a long time. And I did not get your middle comment as you faded, and I didn't get a chance to turn the audio up as I was writing your Bozo number down here. So we'll get it next time. Let me see if Daniel's in here. He thinks he'd be able to get on here from now on because of the timing with his grandson. He's been hauling his grandson, picking him up after work or something. E7 UQL, Kilo Echo 7 Uniform, Quebec, London, K6MYC. Daniel?
Here is 272. You're almost not readable for me tonight, Mike. I'll take a standby. K7 UQL 73.
Yeah, you're very weak here also, but Q5, thank you, Daniel. Got your 272. Got your 272 all okay, Daniel. And, well, I don't know what's happened to the band. It started out really, really good. But as we got into darkness, it's completely collapsed here. Completely collapsed to when we got into darkness. 7-3, Daniel. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow on 222, probably a lot earlier. Should be a lot better on 222. 7-3, back to you, Richard. KD6BQ, K6MYC, and then we'll look for Larry.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ. Yeah, you're pretty weak here right now. Larry was here earlier, but he went left about 8:30, so Larry's not here right now. Over.
Yeah, I see what's happening. Your signal spread all over the place. I'm going from 350 to 10 degrees, 20-degree swing, and hardly any change in signal strength. So it's just diffused and confused. Nothing yet from Larry. N7WT, how about it, Larry? K6MYC. Okay, I don't hear Larry, so he's probably not in there tonight. 73's Richard. We'll see you tomorrow on 6 meters. We'll see you tomorrow on 6 meters, and maybe the band will be better. It'll be a lot earlier, I think, on 6.
6 SRR.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I think Richard said Larry was in there earlier and left at 8:30, so I was going to check him in.
Oh, I didn't hear what he said. He was so weak. Go ahead. I'll put him in. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. You might let him know also that I probably won't be on 6 meters until I get my antenna fixed. Over.
Okay, good, Daniel. Yeah, Mike, Daniel says he probably won't be on 6 meters till he gets his antenna fixed there. Over.
Richard, I got it, Richard. You're way up now. What happened to 6? I don't remember you telling me any problems on 6.
Well, I used a stepper for 6 meters, so it does 40 through 6. And I've got the bad element still. I haven't gotten up there and fixed it yet, so I can't really use it on 6 either.
Oh, I got it. I didn't know you didn't have a separate 6-meter antenna. Understand. Okay, no problem. Well, we'll do the best we can without you. Hi. 73. KD6BQ, KE7UQL, and Larry, N7WT. If you're listening, Larry, we do have you checked in per KD6BQ, so there you go. 7-3 all, K6MYC. Did. 7-3, Daniel.
7-3, Daniel. Boy, you came up loud there. KM6SR.
Thank you, Rob. Big signal. KE7UQL 73.
Yeah, Rob, you're much louder than Mike is tonight.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, sometimes that happens, and I don't have the antenna he's using either. He's got an 18XX. I've got just a M² 9-element.
Yeah, well, you're S9 and Mike's about 3.
Hey, Mike, did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard you, you turkey.
I am sunlight, over.
Sorry, go ahead again, Daniel. I whistled over you. Go ahead, Daniel.
I'll say again, I am bouncing off an AST satellite, over.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Daniel dropped down for me that time. I couldn't tell what he was saying.
They couldn't get it either. He's probably saying something about the signals going up and down like crazy here. All right, good night, guys. We'll fight the problem another day. K6MYC, we'll be clear and going back to, you want to try for Eddie in Porterville?
Yeah, sure. I just want to make sure it's noted here, I logged in, that I had once a signal stronger than the net control, Mr. Mike.
I've got it noted. It's duly noted and recorded on the YouTube.
Yeah, roger. Thanks, Mike.
Okay, Bay Area, last checks. Last call for late checks and missed. K6MYC, Bozo Net. Bay Area, but Bozo Net, 2 meters. Anybody? Nothing heard. Here we go.
Oh, also, Mike, I remember I got that message from a guy trying to get a hold of us down there in Santa Ynez. AA6DW. Alan, are you on tonight for the 2 meter Bozo Net? AA6DW.
Isn't Santa Ynez near Santa Barbara?
Yeah, I think somewhere between there and Solvang, somewhere around that area.
Oh, you would have the shot. I wouldn't.
AA6DW, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo with the 2 meter Bozo Net.
How about Eddie, AE6BK, KE6BK, Kilo Echo 6 Bravo Kilo, K6MYC. Eddie, you there tonight? You better call him, Rob.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear him earlier, but I just got my antenna pointed that way. KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2 meter Bozo Net? KE6BK, this is KM6SR with K6MYC, standing by. Good evening, Eddie. Got you loud and clear. Thanks for being there.
Yeah, no problem. Glad you guys are up there and doing the net there. So, you guys have a good one. We'll get you another day.
Okay, Eddie, thanks. And Mike, you got me, Eddie?
Yeah, and I'm just running the antenna back and forth. It's like I don't even have the antenna. He's just spread all over the place. So it's the same problem I was having with the guys in Nevada there. Good evening, Eddie, if you're copying 73s. Thanks for checking in, Eddie. Bye-bye. I don't think he's even hearing me, Rob.
Okay. Yeah, Eddie, KE6BK, KM6SR. Mike was saying thanks for checking in and gave you a 73 there, over.
Yeah, Roger's on that. He's kind of down there tonight for some reason or other. Maybe he's not pointed exactly at me, but you got me 100% there. So you guys take care. We'll catch you another day. KM6SRR, K6MYC, KE6BK, 73, guys.
Yeah, you're Q5 now. You're Q5 now, Eddie. I must have been off of you a little bit. Not real strong, so I have to be pointed right perfectly for you. 73s, good evening. Thanks for being there. AE6BK to KM6SR to take it, K6MYC.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Yeah, Eddie, thanks for being there, and we'll say 73s, KE6BK, KM6SR. We'll see you at tomorrow night, huh?
And how about 680? You're always going to check in late, Mark. Are you there? About WA60IB late. Everybody said, boy, we got a short list tonight, don't we?
Well, I don't know. It's fairly long. How about, shoot, I forgot his name, but 195, he sometimes checks in late.
N5B, N6B, EYH. No, I haven't heard him.
Well, let me take a quick count here. Hang on. Well, I've got 38, Mike. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I was going to guess at 35, but that's very possible. Very good. Thank you very much, Rob. Thanks, Aaron, for your last-minute input on the 430 thing. It sounded like it was too bad to be listened to, but same with all the news sources these days. Nobody gets very right. All they have to do is read the original documents, and you wouldn't make that mistake, would you?
Yeah, I heard about it online because there's some of the stuff that I follow. But people initially look at stuff like that and they think the sky is falling, and they don't actually go read the document.
Yeah, well, Fred was just absolutely sure that we were going to lose the band and be all clobbered with signals and yada yada yada. That's KD6SOK. He's a glass half empty anyway.
Yeah, I would just tell him next time you talk to him, have him go read the actual document. There's an entire section where they talk about their utilization of the UHF spectrum, and the first thing it says in like the first sentence, it says that they wanted to use it outside of the U.S.
Yeah, that's the key. All right, well, that's good. Good information. Thanks for coming up with that toward the end there. And you just typed in fcc.com and then went from there?
Well, the AMSAT UK post that JNN was talking about, they had a link to the actual order on the FCC website. So I'm sure somebody could find it by searching, but the article on AMSAT UK, which is the amateur radio satellite group out of the UK, that had an entire post on there with all the info. I did put in a comment on behalf of the Bozo Net just to kind of point out to the FCC that we're on these frequencies on a weekly basis. Here's a link to the YouTube page. We're concerned about interference, and that's all I put in there.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad you did. Thanks very much for that. Okay, AMSAT UK, if the guys go to that website, they can track it back to the FCC actual wording. I think that's quite important. Thank you. Good night. I'm going to get out of here. I'm kind of tired. I don't know why, but I am. Probably the rush to try to get everybody in here and get information straight, but boy, it shows you. You get 20 different people, you get 10 different stories. All right, 7-3 all, K6MYC, closing the 2-meter Bozo Net in Northern California on 144.240. I'm in Delta Mike 07, and the call is K6MYC, 7-3 all.
Good night, Mike. I'm off for a walk. K6USY, go ahead, Rob.
Okay, thanks, Aaron. Hey, Mike, so I guess we don't need to send a comment in because of them saying it's not in the U.S., but I would just advise, careful what you say, because on the stream, everybody can hear what you're saying about other bozos.
Did I say anything bad?
Well, yeah, you said that a certain guy is always looking things at half empty. That's not very nice for him.
Well, he has to take it the way it is. He does.
Yeah, but you don't have to be in his face about it. This is why some guys get disgusted and don't come back.
Well, I'm sorry. That's just you have to take the bitter with the better. Okay. Glass half empty is not exactly a terribly negative comment anyway. So it's negative, but it just says that kind of personality is. And that's the way he does every single thing that Fred approaches is that way.
All right, Mike, you're digging a deeper hole. Anyway, I'll say 73's KM6SR going QRT.
Yeah, I wish Fred had an email address listed on QRZ, or otherwise I'd just send him a copy of the language.
Well, let me look at the Bozo Net and see.
Yeah, I don't know if we have an email for him.
Yeah, no, it's listed as NA. And you check QRZ, he's not on there either, huh?
Well, he's on QRZ, he just doesn't have an email address listed. As far as I can tell, he's never logged in or updated his page because there's nothing on here for him other than, what's being populated by the FCC.
Yep, okay. Well, I don't know how else to send him information.
Well, we'll get him the next time on the air, so it's all good. But as I said, even the people online were also thinking that the world was coming to an end, and then they were also making political comments about Trump and the FCC and whatnot. And it's just like, guys, it's like the world, the sky is not caving in. It's like, go read the actual order. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go for a walk. We'll catch you tomorrow on 220 K6USY.
Well, it's got to be Trump's fault. He didn't even put the guy in charge. It was a Biden's person, and he never replaced him, I don't think. Anyway, we'll see. 730 K6MYC.
730 KM6SRR.